Hey guys, Old Guy Gaming here, back again with another MTG Arena video, and today we're going to do a quick fun one, mostly kind of targeting towards the meta in Budget Mono-White Lifegain. So, why, you ask, am I doing a Mono-White Lifegain? And the answer to that is relatively simple considering the current meta. Now, with Nexus of Fate kind of rotating out, we're really kind of seeing a bunch of different decks that are all falling into the same category. Either A, you're mono red and you're burning the crap out of them, in which mono white Lifegain has a really good advantage because you're able to get past all of that early damage that they do in the early game and continue to gain life and then just literally outlast them to the point they just can't stand up anymore, considering the amount of life that you're gaining. The other, of course, are the other aggro decks that are floating around out there, and you can just gain more life and survive the aggro and still continue to pound them and destroy them, at least hopefully. I've been having a lot of success with this one. For whatever reason, the first couple of games I played on warm-ups weren't so good, but hopefully that'll change here. But let's go ahead and take a look at the deck itself. This is also pretty much an arena budget deck. Mostly because a lot of the cards in here are commons and uncommons. So this is a really easy deck to put together. I think there's only 3 mythics and maybe 4 or 5 rares total in the entire deck before you get to the sideboard. So the main deck itself is actually pretty manageable. And a lot of these should be cards that you're very familiar with, at least in the mono whites familiarly. 4 Healer's Hawks, 4 Leonin Vanguards. These are pretty much staples that gain you life relatively quickly and easily during the early parts of the game. What are new to these, and I'll have to admit I did steal a couple of the idea from Desolator Magic. He really had a good deck. I kind of built on top of what he had started, but like you're looking at things like Moment of Triumph and Take Heart. Now I really like these because these are answers for those shocks or lightning strikes that come in the early game to take out your Ajani Pridemates, for example. They can survive. Then all of a sudden they're wasting spells on killing your creatures and not hitting you, and then those creatures are still sticking around. And the upside to it, especially with Moment of Triumph, you're gaining life no matter what. You're still triggering off of that. Anointed Vanguard, I went with 2 of them just because it's a fantastic white card and can, because of all the life gain that you're keeping around, can really stick around for quite some time. Ajani's Pridemate, of course, is the staple of any white life gain deck. Because of all the life you're gaining, these guys are just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, become a real big problem. We do have 2 Dawns of Hope. Those are 2 of the rares that we're looking in here. That's mostly for the card draw, but this is also a good answer for the Gates decks who come in with Gates Ablaze and wipe everything off the board. Well, you can just create more creatures and keep getting stuff in their way. Now, it doesn't do much against the trampling rams, but pretty much everything else are pretty okay with. This is the card that I really kind of stole from Desolator. I really like this. I never even noticed this, and of course this came with Ravnica Allegiance, which is the Impassioned Orator. And for all intents and purposes, it does the same thing that Ajani's, what's the spell right here? Ajani's Welcome does. It does the exact same thing that it did. However, it's a creature. It's a 2/2 body on the board as well. So again, that goes with that aggro feel. Once you're able to get creatures off the board or get them out of your way, you're still gaining life off of this guy. And he's fantastic, especially if he goes down first and then the Ajani's Pridemate. That triggers almost immediately. So they're immediately above a shock when they hit the table, which is really helpful. There is 1 Benalish Marshal in here. I've played with 2 to 3 of these, maybe. The trick, of course, is there's to change is you put the Mentors of the Meek in there for card draw. I'm comfortable exchanging these numbers, going 2 of these, 1 of these, 3 of these. Like, you can really kind of interchange between here. The Resplendent Angels are just absolutely amazing. So they are mythics. I do apologize for this one, but they are fantastic. First of all, it's a 3/3 flyer for 3. That in and of itself is pretty good. And if you can get its trigger to go off naturally, with all the life gain you're going off, you're just kicking out 4/4 Vigilant Angels on top of that. It's really pretty amazing. And then you need to get stuff out of your way. Big creatures, flying creatures, things that are really kind of being a problem, or enchantments that kind of get in your way. So you have 4 Conclave Tribunals and 2 Ixalan's Bindings and 21 Planes. Now that is the main deck. For the sidebar, the only decks that I really have a ton of trouble with are the aggro decks to get really fast, and that's where Settle the Wreckage comes in. Punishes them for being able to come in with all those big creatures, just wipes them off the board. Also, if they have to have board wipes themselves, I toss in a couple of 100 Witnesses just to kind of like, oh, you wiped the board. I still have lifelinking creatures on the board. Bishop Shoulder's in there. He can take the place of the Ajani's the Vanguard, the Adanto's Vanguard, if you really want to. Simply because he's a lifeline trigger, he helps Ajani's Pridemates get bigger. He's an okay card. He really is. Knight of Grace is another good one. This is a first striker, so if you're finding you're kind of in a mirror match, the first strike in itself can help. If you're playing against a player that's running black, this is also fantastic because it has hexproof from it. Seal Away for those bigger creatures that you can't really deal with. I mean, if you are getting to those big ones. And I did toss a couple of Ajanis in here. This is, you can take it or leave it if you don't want this. You don't necessarily need Ajani in the deck. But those +1/+1 counters for who you're putting on really do become helpful, especially if you're putting on lifelinkers. And then you're getting triggers off of Ajanis, you're getting triggers off of your Resplendent Angels. And then one of my favorite cards to toss in is on Serra's Wings. So one of the downsides to Ajani's Pridemate is it's a big 16/16 creature that can get chump blocked with a 1/1 token. Okay, well, once you give it Vigilance, Lifelink, +1/+1, Legendary so that it's immune to cast out, and oh, by the way, it's flying, then it becomes a really big nuisance to deal with. So this one's kind of sitting in the sideboard if you get into some of those decks. So let's go play some games, and we will be playing these in ranked just to see how the Budget Mono-White does. I have to admit, I have really been, like, I am spinning my wheels in gold rank. I got all the way up to gold 3 and then got knocked all the way back down to gold 4. And I've just been up and down, up and down. I was doing really, really well with another deck, which I'll premiere later in the week, which is the updated Is It Drakestick list. I forgot how much I loved playing that deck. It's oodles and oodles of fun. The one thing that, well, we'll get into that when we see that video, because now we've got a game. Thomas Choo Choo Train. Okay, so this is a good setup. I like this. All the mana we need, all the creatures we need. What we're hoping for here is not a mono red deck, because this starts to get the early game really kind of painful. It's a Rakdos deck. Let's throw down the healer so I can see what happens. I was hoping for something other than mana there. One of the combat tricks would have been amazing. So I'm going to go with the Impassioned Orator first, so that whenever Ajani's comes out, he's a 3/3 basically a right away. More mana. Thank you, I think. Let's go get some life. Now, if this is a typical Rakdos aggro deck, they're going to have Ooh, no. Ooh, what do we got here? This should be interesting. So next turn I'm going to drop Pridemate and then the Leonin Vanguard to make him basically a 4/4 right off the bat. Now he still may have Lava Coils floating around Paramander. Ooh, is this some sort of Drake variant? More mana. Really could have done without that. Ah, he is past it. And then we'll squeeze in with a 2/2 because he's not going to block with a Paramander. Terramander. I recognize it's the same as Pterodactyl. This does put him out of Lava Coil reach too, so it's going to take a minimum of 2 spells to take him out. So I'm done with mana. And is he thinking? What is he doing? I'm confused. He has 4 spells already? Yeah. Oh no, I guess he pitched 2. He's going to get the Paramanders bigger. He's not doing what I think he's doing, is he? He's not going to rope us to the end because he feels he can't win. Because even if he gets this thing adapted to a 5/5, the Johnny's in a turn is going to be so big he's not going to be able to handle it. Oh, Thomas the Choo Choo Train. What are you doing, my friend? I'll wait. That's poor sportsmanship if that's what it is. If you're like, oh, I'm going to lose this game, so I'm going to try to time him out. No, sir. In a ranked game, no less. That's a shame. Well, we don't know that he's necessarily roping. Maybe he had network connection issues. Who knows? I suppose anything is possible at this point. However, He's now out of timeouts, and the next time he decides to rope me out, he will lose. This is not fun. Oh, come on, Thomas. Play the game. Maybe you've got something in your hand that would win. I don't feel that I'm in a position to win the game just yet. I'm getting close. I've got a whole bunch of mana in my hand, but you don't know that. This is what he's doing. He's going to rope it out into the end. Really? Really, Thomas? That is a shame. So I'm going to chalk it up to maybe he had network issues. I don't have any other explanation other than he's being a poor sport and has decided to punish me because I've got a card that beats him. Not sure about that one. But I'll take the win nonetheless. Sorry about that. That's not the kind of game you want to see. Let's go see someone that actually wants to play the game. That's frustrating. Yeah, we're going to chalk it up to he had network connection issues, and it dropped him out and he couldn't connect again. I hope. Dr. Goost. G-O-O. Goost. Ooh. Ooh. This could be interesting. Please not mono red, please not mono red, please not mono red. He has mulligan down to 6. He's mulligan down to 5. There we go. So only one way to find out of the mono red part. Not mono red. That's a good start. Fungal infection. Boo. So he's probably got a cast down or cast out or something along the lines of shock. Ooh, ooh, interesting. Yeah, no, I'll kill that, and no, you can have that. So as tempting as it is to cast a Resplendent Angel, I need to save these. So we are going to hold and block maneuver for one more turn. Because he's going to sacrifice his Sprawling. Oh, he's ignored it. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so now we'll cast a Resplendent. We have something to keep her alive. Another Fireblade. Love the art. Love the art on that. Okie dokie. I'm going to hold off because I'm waiting for like a Judith or something bigger than that. I think I am just going to go... Let's attack with both. Let's see what we can get with them. Works for me. I'm actually surprised he didn't sacrifice here. Fungal infection. No, sir. We'll go with the Adanto Vanguard now. So we're going to go in, gain some life, and hold. Bricks. Love this card. I love that he's juggling. He is juggling flaming skulls. All right. I'd love to get under one of these, but I feel there's something bigger coming. I don't want to spend the Conclave right now. So I am going to go ahead and hit him for what I can. I mean, slowly but surely we're winning this game, so... I feel like the poor guy's gotten mana screwed, though. One more mana, though, and then we're going to start... Ooh, Vicious Conquistador. Love that card. Moment of Triumph. Okay. Let's see what we can get away with. See what he blocks with, because he's going to try to block Ajani's with... Oh no, he's just going to let things die. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get the trick off of pulling off the 5 life, and then get it a Vigilance... kick off from the Resplendent. Works for me. And there you go. I feel bad. That poor guy, I think, kind of got mana screwed and didn't get everything he needed. It looked like he had an interesting deck going, but he just didn't get the mana to help him out. It wasn't Thomas. He actually played the game. Ooh. Aww. Reconnect? Well, that's interesting. What happened here? Alright, so we're back with a surprise. I had to actually shut down my entire client and restart it. Sure, I feel bad for my opponent for... Didn't even really get a chance to observe that hand. Do look like I have a lot of stuff I like, though. Oh, don't have a shock. Don't have a shock. He doesn't have a shock. Cool. I have... Oh, I do have one. If he's got a shock, he's going to spend it now. Sure. And we'll save the Ajani's Pridemate for the next turn. Drop the land, drop the Ajani's. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nah, go ahead, do it. Revitalize. Me senseth. That's a fairy deck ahead. So the question is, can we get underneath it fast enough? Really wish that had been... Really, really wish that had been another mana, but I'll take it. So he's opting twice. I've got Teferi's answer right here. Or I'll Conclave him, one or the other. One way or the other, I'm getting through. Alright, we're getting close. If he's got Teferi in hand, now's the time he's going to cast him. Deafening Clarion. Oh, 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 not nice. Not nice at all. It's a Drake's deck? Interesting. Works for me. Good thing I've got an answer for that. No more crackling drink for you, sir. Nizzard. The Lizard Wizard. I will take that. That's going to be painful. If I could squeeze in one more life of it. Ah, he's going to regret that in a second. Counter? Yeah, I've been waiting for him. We haven't seen any yet. Interesting. Works for me. Alright, now we're in a pickle. Now we are indeed in a pickle. My goodness. All the cards. He's got all the cards. Well, luckily we've got a pretty good base. A Dawn of Hope would be very welcome right here. That works too. If it hits the table, which it did. Oh, they have Vigilance, don't they? That stinks. Is it worth it? The Ixalan's binding that? No, probably not. No, I'll hold for now. Doesn't do me any good at this point. That does. Does he have it? Boo. That was worth a shot. However, you are getting kind of annoying. Probably should have done that sooner, but it felt really like a waste to do it on a token. One more turn. And I'll take the damage for that. You sinister sabotaged your... Oh, that's interesting to get the surveil. That's really original. I will give you full credit for that, my friend. Very nice. Very well played. That I've never seen anyone counterspell their own spell. So even though we had to wait for that game, totally worth it. That was really cool. Ooh, we got a pack. We'll open it at the end of this. Convoke and flying. Ugh. Could be cool, but... Alright, we'll give you one more game since we got interrupted so poorly with the lack of network issues. I've heard other people complain about it. It's the first time I've had that happen. Trinbabe. Trinbabe. All good things. If it's mono red, I'd almost prefer them go first. Because then I'll throw it on the Healer's Hawk, and then it dies to a shock, and they don't have a response to it. But you can't live in fear of being afraid that it's a mono red deck without knowing. Haha. So let's get the Lifegain going. I probably should have put the Ajani's out, but I'm going to wait till the Ajani's till next turn. Because I want to be able to Moment of Triumph. Oh no! Oh, it's another Rakdos deck. No, you can have that. So we're going to drop the Ajani's. We're going to Moment of Triumph this one. Get the trigger off of Ajani's. Get the second trigger off Ajani's. Yep, works for me. Judith, we've been waiting for you. Do I go with Johnny's or I go Resplendent here? And then I attack. Oh no, not yet. Next, we will attack with these. Challenge him to block with one of those, which I will then pay the 4 life to keep alive. Yeah, that's okay. I have Resplendent in the air now. I'm kind of okay with it. Plus I can give Moment of Triumph to her. Or I give Moment of Triumph to Ajani's and then create. That's the right answer right there, kids. Because Ajani's would gave us 7 life? Be devil. Boo. Firebrand. So we're going to drop the Ajani's again. I'd love to gain 5 life here, but I don't see that happening. I don't have to spend 4 life. Interesting, that's not what I thought I was going to go for. Very nice. Very nice. Well, I am fresh out of cards. Ooh, that's scary. That is scary. Conclave Tribunal. Ixalan's Binding. One of those two. Nope, mana. Not even enough mana to make it worth it. No, I'm going to have to hold for a turn. 1 more mana to be okay, because then she'd be a 5/5 with lifelink and then at least kick out another one and kill him, but that is not what's going to light up the stage. Great card. This is going to help pull him back. The downside is, of course, is if he attacks with it, he's opening himself up. Old Gutter Bones. Light up the stage again. Draw more cards. He got another, another Spawn of Mayhem. Which he can... No, he can't. Doesn't have Acrobat. Love that card. That one has Death Touch. That's not cool. So where did all these cards come from? He bided his time. Can... Yeah, no, I can... No, I will take it. So this is that weird scenario where I'm actually sort of semi-hoping for a land. Truth be told, I'd rather have Ixalan's Binding. That's not the card we wanted. Oh, so not much fun. No, I feel like I have to wait. Taking 7. Oddly enough, don't have enough life gain in my life gain deck. This is going to be painful. Risk factor, huh? No, I'll decline. You can have those. You're already going to... This is, wow, a very well-built Rakdos deck. I will give this one full credit. So I'm going to eat 2 next turn. Bare minimum. Yeah, if I don't get something here... No. I hate doing it to the Adantos, but it's not worth it to keep it. Yeah, if I don't get something here to help out, we are in some serious trouble. Alright, that could help. The extra 5 life will be nice. No, that was a mistake. I should have waited on his turn. No, that's a misplay. We are going to lose this one because he's going to block it with his Spawn of Mayhem. Boo. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he was holding on to all those good cards. And that's the game right there. He's going to hit me with that Spawn of Mayhem. That's all he needs. Yeah, we kind of ran dry. None of our card draw came out. None of our... The Dawn of Hope... Like, I don't understand why you're doing that. You've already got me beat. What more do you want? Legion Warboss. Very, very well put together Rakdos deck. Love it. Love it. Out of spite, I'll kill Judith. Alright, Trin Babe, you definitely had a well-built Rakdos deck. I commend you. Fantastic game. Alright, so obviously that's the one game I lost, but overall you kind of get an idea what the deck is worth. We only didn't really get an opportunity to play it against the Red Burn deck that I really wanted to get into and kind of show its survivability, but I can assure you it does survive. So let me know how you would alter this deck. What would you do? What are you doing in the current meta? What decks are you playing? If you're not playing Gates, if you're not playing Teferi, if you're not playing Red Burn, what are you playing? Let me know. I'm really kind of curious. Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. It always helps out the channel. And of course, if you are so inclined, there is a Patreon as well. That is patreon.com/oldguygamingmtga. And until next video, guys, we will see you in the arena. This video was brought to you in no small part by our patrons. If you would like to help out the channel, go to www.patreon.com/oldguygamingmtga. And thank you for your support.